The secret Vel'Koz taking over Korea Azzapp. So somebody told me he was watching my 18 kill game, which is not the best game to review, let's be real. That game just went kind of flippy, enemies play like I punish and I position well. So I played against Midbeast a few times. I think I lost against him like once or twice in Korea. I won against him once. Either way, neither of us really did much, because all those games were mostly coin flip, although he's been playing pretty well, and I'm impressed. I played against him once in EU. That was a direct matchup mid lane where I beat him. That's a video on my channel. It's a very good game. That's when my first exposure to Midbeast was as a player, because I know he's a great content creator, but that first play against him, I got impressed. He was playing Cassie into my Vel'Koz, if I remember correctly, and he played fairly well. I was impressed by him. I thought he was mostly like commentary guy, but he
Ladies and gentlemen, he
in
has done it. Azzapp, he is an EUS Vel'Koz one trick. He's finally hit Korean challenger. I'm not gonna lie.
Finally, it took me like 2.5 weeks. Not even that.
Guy, okay? He plays Vel'Koz support. He's the only mage support player in Korean Challenger. If you don't play things like Rel, Leona, Nautilus, they pretty much want to AFK your game. He's gone ahead and done it. Today we're going to jump on the rift, break down his gameplay. I don't know how the hell he makes mage supports work. I tried a little bit of Lulu support in Korean Halo, and let's just say some games go well. Most of them, my team hate me because I'm not engaged.
I saw his Lulu.
How he climbs.
Wasn't fun.
This weird, wacky champion. He's the only guy that plays it. Let's jump on the rift. His name's Avoid the Q. And of course, you pretty much can't avoid the Q. Jumping onto the rift. Now, I have noticed, when he played in my games, he was always running mid, trying to get these Qs off and trying to get a little bit of damage in the early game. In Korea, if
it's
you
not
don't
about
play level
damage,
1,
it's about money.
You have to look.
And for
I've
mana
lost
flow.
countless games level 1 and one countless games level 1. If you don't coin flip early game, level 1, your team's going to do it anyway and you're probably going to lose. So you need to make sure you check for the invades. You can see this Nidalee trying to posture her way in. There's no NA and then...
I remember this! This was great. I was impressed by this. This was great.
I don't know why in Korea there's this level 1... He flashed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know how his 80 carries don't AFK, like, more games. He must have like
They
carry.
do!
I've actually never really seen...
Bro! I got into like 7 games! You didn't see shit, Mr. Drew Tips. I got into like 7 games in this fucking server. I would have been rank 1.
I think I made a prediction that he wouldn't hit Challenger on the beginning of his trip just because I didn't think Vel'Koz was viable. But he's gone ahead and proved me wrong, so respect.
Wait! He said I was not gonna get Challenger? How dare you? How dare you, Drew Tims? And I thought we were friends drinking. I made a prediction on myself that I'm gonna get Challenger no matter server I play. That's my prediction. And I stayed true to that.
Into his Zeri, a lot of maneuverability.
Why is everyone Korean playing so
Yeah, this is Midbeast activate windows, by the way. He's just...
He did it so fast.
I don't
I've been
know.
playing a little bit of
These
this
Australians, man.
I play Karma and Lulu. It's I don't know how he does it. It's so tough, mentally draining, because the 80 carries just won't engage.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
A lot of it is like
winning the
a lot
games.
of the games are fucked because of miscommunication, and people don't understand exactly what you're supposed to do in this type of matchup. So a lot of it stems from like ignorance, and they will misplay it, and they're gonna ping you, and like or they will engage something stupid, or they will get caught, and they don't understand how to play like the double damage threat, because they always play Rel, Alistar, Blitzcrank, Leona, Nautilus. It's always those types of matchup. It's always one damage dealer, one assist. Vel'Koz kind of plays multiple roles, and he shifts from one to another very, very quickly depending on the scenario. So at some points I'm zoning tool, at some points I'm poking setup, and at some points I'm just like a pure damage dealer, you know. So if they engage my Ezreal, I can still punish. Sometimes it's actually a good play for my Ezreal to get caught because I can punish, because you have double threat. That's the whole system.
So far, level 2, push, push, push. His scores aren't that bad. His scores are very good. I've been looking him up. His enemy team gets level 2. Ali just engages.
It was looking me up. I do have really good
Missed the Qs.
scores.
I'm not gonna lie. Now
He's
Ali's gonna try and
terrible
look for the
at
dive.
Qs.
He does. Has to force a flash. The double Q.
Yeah, the
Into
double
level 2
Q was
W.
so
We were
big.
gonna kill him.
Yeah.
We were gonna kill him, but we were jungling vertically. Oh, nice!
Oh.
Holy fuck! Ezreal
Okay.
did it.
Can we land it? No, too early.
There's a zoning Q, guys, okay?
Poppy.
That's a zoning W,
Okay.
which also hits.
No, take it, take it, take it. Nice. Okay, I like it. This is a pretty good damn start.
Big, man. That's big.
It's a huge
I'm
start.
not gonna lie. If you can get ahead of the tempo of these melee subs
Okay, but
on
I
these
have no
mages, you
idea
can
that
really
happened.
carry the game.
Yes.
That
Yes.
Korea happened, dude.
I like that. I like the
I'm
assessment
guessing
there.
Nidalee
It's
just
very
flashed
accurate.
to kill Ezreal, and Ezreal managed to survive somehow. Maybe
Is he timing or not? No, he doesn't time. Doesn't even go boots. Just go straight damage.
Yeah, just as he said, against the melees, I wanna reach the damage thresholds as early as possible. So because I'm buying Dark Seal into Amp Tome, that gives me super good damage spike. So the next fight I'll be like very, very relevant. Because if you can do 80% of their damage, it's meaningless if they all in you and kill you. But if you can do 100%, like 101%, 100, like every point over, like you get is just massive value, right? So you really want to reach the damage thresholds as early as possible. And I'm just gambling with my positioning. That I'm going to position well. I'm also running a Relentless Hunter to compensate. So it's all about positioning. This entire game is all about positioning. And mostly Vel'Koz is. That's why I'm a good player in Vel'Koz, because that's what I do better than most. Because I understand the game on like
There's that set guy
multiple levels.
Just perma shoves. As dude, I've been losing my mind recently because this is all they do in Korea. They just run in and fight like this.
Yep.
And if you don't drop all your waves and fight as well, as we're gonna die here, if you don't do it, your team's gonna do it.
You are Kiana, you're right.
Yeah.
She might suicide. No, she's not. Never mind. Why would she suicide?
I think they're both out. I think they're out. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I wonder if
Midbeast.
he goes
Is
crown, or does he go straight
Windows.
damage? As Kiana looks for the level 6 roam. She's level 4, sorry.
level 6.
Let's see how many times he exhausts. Ali's gonna look to try and die.
What level 6? Nobody's laning. Everyone's just coming butt.
Yep. Exhaust for Kiana.
That's one.
She's tanking,
I can't
dodging.
queue.
We go
Ezreal
down.
loses, though. Nice, my man.
That's so massive.
Even coming-
And I wonder if you guys
Oh,
think,
then
did he
recall,
get
guys.
Challenger because like no one plays
that's
Vel'Koz in
the
Korea?
replay by Azzapp.
Do you guys think because like they didn't understand how to avoid the Qs?
Okay, this is a common misconception. First of all, Koreans are pretty damn decent at avoiding Qs because a lot of them are micro-mechanically focused. They're all spacebarring on themselves. Actually, landing a lot of Vel'Koz Qs is harder here because on a higher ping, I'll do a lot of prediction, which is why I'm able to get 150 ping Challenger on an A. So it's like a complete opposite. And I got it there because you can manipulate people into certain patterns of dodge. The thing is, Koreans aren't very prone to manipulation because they don't care. They will not dodge a skill shot unless it's like 1 meter in front of them. Only then they start to move, which is very difficult to like get into their head and manipulate them. So that's one thing. Second thing is it's a double-edged sword, champion being unpopular. On one hand, it's good because enemies don't exactly know your damage thresholds. They don't know exactly how you can punish them, but it's a really bad thing because your team needs to play around you. And if your team doesn't understand that, then it's kind of even worse because if I do everything right and my team doesn't know that I will do everything right and doesn't know what I can do, they will not know how to play that sequence. So it's very, very punishing. You have to profile enemy players and your teammates. Like I have to profile my teammate as I'm profiling the dodging patterns of enemies to see how good they are, that I can gauge that. I also have to understand my teammates whether they understand Vel'Koz and how they're playing the game. And if they don't understand it, I'm just fucking leaving. I'm roaming, you know, I'm gonna make myself more useful. And it's a very tough decision to make. And it took me long to like figure out like, okay, this guy picks Sivir, he doesn't know like what combinations work with Vel'Koz. That's a good sign that he's garbage, right? And then you play with him and you realize how the Sivir is playing. We're not doing anything. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna roam, and that way you make yourself way more efficient. So these are all tactical decisions, and it takes so much. Korea has definitely been a challenge, but we did it.
You know, Vel'Koz in the mid lane is accounted for things like Azir, maybe.
Mid lane Vel'Koz works, especially like Drew is very familiar with pro scene and all of that, and that's why he's mentioning Azir, which is like kind of common to pick Vel'Koz into Azir in competitive scene. And Vel'Koz in competitive scene is decent, but in solo queue is garbage because most of the time you don't get to do anything. They're just gonna pick LeBlanc, static shift. They're gonna pick Tristana, static shift. They're gonna pick unkillable stuff like Yasuo, Yone, and they're just gonna push, and you're losing prio. And in early skirmishes, which are the most important thing in Korea, you're not that relevant. You only play mid game, and that's the worst spike you can have in solo queue. So you're zero impact mid. You can still climb to challenger, but you have to play like 1,000 games theoretically. So yeah, that's very, very difficult.
It's such a unique champion. It's why I used to like the league because no one really picked it, but now everybody picks it, so it's not that unique.
If you
Jesus
think the
Christ.
try to go for a kill there. What is she doing?
Kiana's roaming again with the Ali. Ali comes in, he'll dive, flash. He'll go 1 for 1. Ziri dies as well.
Where's my old chat? I want to be him.
Ziri?
I want to be him so fucking bad right now. Where's my old chat? Why can't I old chat? That's like
I mean, Challenger is wild, bro.
what happened?
I don't know why. The high elo Korean
This is
games,
the third time,
oh,
man.
they don't feel like high elo games.
Super
They
Yeah.
just feel like
pro
bashing
players.
each other's heads together
Yep.
until one team mentally forfeits and then starts trolling. I don't know.
True.
bad.
True.
It's crazy. It's such a weird meta. I don't, yeah. Ali engage again. This is all these
This is
subs know
good
how to do.
positioning again.
Rank 1 player in Korea at the moment.
See, this is all about positioning here. The way I positioned there, I didn't show him in lane to like dissuade Alistar from doing this. Like this is more like a mental game and an in-game thing. Like it's an adaptation based on the enemy profiles. I know that they're fighting like crazy. I know that they're falling behind. I know that they're desperate, so they're gonna be more likely to fight like crazy even more, right? So I bait in the wings on the side, so he's gonna hex splash, bait on Ezreal. That's exactly the thing I was talking about. In a lot of these cases, very good for your Ezreal to get engaged on, because if I can hold this position,
Ali engage again. This is all these subs know how
I
to
can
do.
just one-shot this guy.
Rank 1
Look at the
player
damage.
in
Boom.
Korea at the moment, huge damage. The rank 1 player in
Ole.
Korea at the moment, guys, is a guy called Let Me Sup. It's Ole,
Kiana roams
and he just plays Rel or Ali Sup and just perm engage and roams like this.
Yeah,
he's-
but Ole can play everything. He plays
and
Karma,
it
he
actually
plays a lot of
works.
other stuff as
Because
well.
like obviously if perma fighting and they play it right, it's gonna do better than like it's gonna do much better than Vel'Koz because he builds rushes boots and then roams to mid to top.
Hey,
You can
much
see
better.
that.
I beat
You
Ole,
can win
dude.
this.
I beat his ass.
I think it's a double kill, yeah. As we have 25 kills in 7 minutes. We have 6 kills at 8. Jesus Christ. Leandri's almost done. As I want to see him. Oh, cute lands.
Oh my god.
Poppy.
You're a legend.
Poppy. Still
Poppy
exhaust.
fucked that up so
Does he?
hard.
Oh, he has ult. The Q.
You're
Ult.
a
Gets
fucking
it.
legend, Poppy. You saved his
8
life.
kills at 9 minutes. I don't know what's happening. This is an absolute fiesta. And does he win all of his games like this?
9 minutes
No.
as a support.
I'm guessing it goes Leandri Sorks.
Yep, good call.
Leandri
Look at my build.
Sorks.
9
Good
minutes
call.
He's
to
got
build
so much
build.
damage here.
That's exactly what we're doing. Super snowbally.
He's literally got so much damage.
Yep.
And now he can just group for all of the objectives. I'm still
Yep,
concerned with how
exactly.
he survives. He runs exhaust in a lot of his games. So I guess he
Positioning.
just tries
I think
to-
this sequence here is gonna be a prime example of positioning. See, like how many players, like it's, I really respected enemy positioning, even though I'm fed. Like,
You go
look
one
at
for
this.
one. Okay.
Boom, and
I'm
I walk
guessing he was
back.
exhausted
I
and
walk
tries
back
to
because
break.
I'm counting enemies. I'm counting enemies. I know there's like Nidalee still remaining. I know that there's Kiana. I know there's this guy. Because if I go left, enemy decision is simple. They all just like pile drive us. But if I stand here, enemies don't know if they're gonna go around for me. Are they gonna go left? Are they gonna commit here while I have the kill zone? Right? It's all about positioning and manipulating enemies.
Cute. Jesus.
Here I'm
what's
assisting.
happening?
I'm in the fight, but on the very edge. And as you saw, the spear from Nidalee like all the way fucking there, right? So Nidalee didn't even join the fight, and we just win
Jesus
this.
Christ, that's a lot of damage.
I'm cooking this server up, guys.
Literally, yeah.
10 kills.
Does he go Medjais is the real question. I don't think Medjais would be a good option. Just because you're playing Vel'Koz, you're not going to be able
They're
to.
risky.
I'm hoping he goes maybe Hourglass next.
I think I do it though. Hourglass? Yo, what the hell? What do you mean, Midbeast?
that's
Hourglass?
the
We
whole
don't
time.
do that shit.
And this is why I'm struggling to like make enchanters work on the server at the moment because it's just pure fighting.
They're just
If I pick
part of the
Lulu and
fight.
try and scale, it's just like I can't. I doesn't feel like I can physically do it.
I gotta, please just let me get there. Please
Yep.
just let me get there and
Go,
burn
go, go,
everyone
go, go.
down. No, I can't burn them there.
Lands the Q though.
Hard to get in.
Maybe Rabadons. There's no way
What,
you
you
could
gotta
get
survive?
Pops the ultimate, just raise them down.
Yeah, that
This
kept on
Al's gonna
support
speak on
salary
players,
is
I'll be
not
honest.
a good thing.
Whenever I talk to people, they say Vel'Koz is a mechanical champion. Like they rate it highly on the champion of mechanics. I think Vel'Koz is not that hard. It's the only thing-
Yo, he's actually right. Vel'Koz as a champion is not that hard. I always say this. I'm not a mechanical player. Adapting to this server was a very good thing for me because I got better. Vel'Koz is not specifically a difficult character. Your Vel'Koz skill scales with your game knowledge, which is very weird. Not based on your Vel'Koz skill, right? There's like Vel'Koz tricks you learn, but mostly to climb on Vel'Koz, you need to know the game. I need to know exactly what Ezreal does. I need to know exactly what Zeri does. I need to know exactly the tendencies of Zeri, like what are her spikes, when is she going to engage. I need to know how Alistar is going to play. I need to know how Macro is going to operate, which are our win cons, which objectives am I going to focus on. Will I roam top lane at all, or will I leave it as an island? Will we play a Herald, or will we play like the bottom side and stack dragons? What is the way to win the game? What's the best way to convert into objective? Because Vel'Koz is a team fight character, and you need to dictate that stuff. It's not like, oh, I'm good at Yasuo micromechanically, I'm going to get Diamond or Master just by being good micromechanically. You don't necessarily need to have that much knowledge.
Hard about Vel'Koz is the angles of the Q. And if you pass grade 3 geography, like you got to land the Qs. Like it's
What is
it
bro
goes out and then it
waffling
flips two ways.
about?
I love this game.
What is bro waffle? I mean, yeah, Q is the key ability, and the thing is, this is the thing that I talk about in my guide, and it's not about the Vel'Koz skill shots. People say that like Vel'Koz Q skill shot. It's about positioning. That way you can land a better skill shot. But the way you can position better to land a skill shot is you need to know about the game. So game knowledge into positioning into skill shots. It's not about the skill shots. Skill shots are like the surface bubble thing.
I feel like we're still gonna lose this. I don't know.
Feels like he's gonna lose it.
Team's still
He doesn't believe me because I've lost so many games like
a
this.
lot. They're still getting like a lot of kills on Zeri and Kiana.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
And
Yeah, exactly. Like this is what makes a Vel'Koz player good. Like I'm not being cocky because I have 11-5 and at Vel'Koz because I know I have like this 5 minutes of fame, 5 minutes of strength where I have impact. After that, the game accelerates, and like if Zeri is 3 items, I will not do much short of like a crazy miracle fight. If my teammates aren't good, we're just gonna get wiped at that point. So my best option is to convert and funnel into objectives. Right? I have to manipulate my team to get into the objectives, and objectives will stick no matter how shit my team is. Right? If I get 4 dragons, doesn't matter how shit my team is. If I can get them to group and like stack them, enemies are gonna fall apart mentally.
Whenever there's fiestas like this, you just need to be concerned about getting the objectives, making sure you stack. it.
Exactly. That's the anchoring point that creates consistency.
Get out of there.
Nice. Dude,
Seriously.
no wonder he's challenged. Like
Slow.
Midbeast is he's
easily-
very adaptable.
easily
He's
go
smart.
this
He understands,
I'll just wipe them all.
and he watches a lot of good players. So
W, miss. Literally
see,
nothing
this
to
is
do.
another
Just kill
case.
I'll wipe them all.
This is another case about
Ah.
positioning. Yeah, it's all about positioning. I knew my
It's
damage
like
held my
myself, really,
abilities.
I'm not gonna lie.
I still got my ult. Can we have more kills than minutes in the game, chat?
He has ult. Go, go, go. He's gonna pop the ult. It's the ultimate. Cleans that one up. Looking now for the set.
Yes, we can.
This guy agrees with me. He's clearly just true.
Yeah.
No, but like I've played years and years to arrive to these like conclusions and deductions. The fact that he watches it and just like is able to like find the essence of it is very good. It's very good to see that. Because a lot of people would have missed it.
Like fully stacked. But I'm going with like a safer option where I just get pen.
And I mean, this is the highest elo in Korea chat. The players are very mechanical, but like you can just see them running it in. And obviously he's playing good Vel'Koz, so it makes it look a little bit biased, but
I got my item.
Yeah, it does look easy. Vel'Koz is one of those champs.
He got 2 items.
Yeah, Vel'Koz is one of those champs. Like if you do well on it, it's gonna look very easy. But if you try it, it's gonna just be horrible.
The 13 minutes.
2 items in.
I don't know. He's gonna end this game with 25 kills, I swear.
I wish.
Goes back, gets Shadow Flame.
Chat. Look at my build.
Please tell me he goes Death Cap next.
Do you think half Korean server probably knows just the Ken Vin guy? Probably. That's pretty much anything I type, really.
Can win, yeah.
Can win.
I've been turning chat on actually back on recently just to get a little bit of the culture, but it's just I turn it back on and then I just all I get is like GG15, etc., then I just turn it
Yeah.
off. There's not really much of the communicating. It's just people that's being extremely frustrated. Why no Rylays? I don't know. I guess he's confident he lands his seals.
Rylies? Who said that in chat? Okay, I mean, I'm guessing some of the audience might even watch this eventually. So why you don't go Rylies is because it's very, very superfluous. There's way too many good items you can build on Vel'Koz, and they're all better than Rylies. Like, you can always lean into Horizon Focus, gives you a lot of stuff. Eventually you can go Void Staff if they have too much MR, you can go Death Cap. Even Banshees is better. Rylies just offers nothing. HP you don't really utilize at all from Rylies. The slow only works on your W because your ult has slow, Q has much better slow, E is a CC, so you don't really utilize Rylies at all. And for the basically same exact components that go into Rylies are into Demonic, and even Demonic it's like a honeypot. It's a bait. You don't want to buy Demonic. It sounds good on paper, but even that is better than Rylies. But you don't even go Demonic because again, there's better options.
And I don't know what rank Azzapp is in EU West. I assume he's EU West Challenger player.
Always.
Nice Q into the W.
I was gonna go back.
I assume he's EU Challenger, right? I actually versed him once, I believe. I played him mid lane in EU West high elo.
Yeah.
And I think he beat me. I think I was playing Cassio and he rolled me. I'm pretty sure he beat me. I do admit when I lose, and I'm pretty sure he rolled me.
That was a good game.
Lands into the ult, gets that true damage. Jesus Christ.
That was a good game.
And I guess.
But yeah, that was my main
role.
role. I'm a mid
E2
lane.
lands. It does look fun.
This
I
game,
like
I
damage
adapted to
support.
support because of impact on Vel'Koz.
This
Mid
the
is
kind
too
of
slow
games
in
I would have.
Korea.
This is the type of games I would have if Vel'Koz was a broken champ. Like if it was at the level of Blue
Completely.
King, I would just get early fed and take over the entire game.
I mean, it looks broken to me.
This is exactly
But
how
yeah,
this is.
we've definitely not picked a game where the early game hasn't
No,
gone well against something like
no.
a Rel or Leona. Let's go Medjai's, baby. We have Flash, we have Exhaust. Show me the 25 stacks.
25? Let's do it.
And Vel'Koz can 1v9 essentially. Like, you have enough damage to kill a whole team.
At this point, yeah.
You have enough damage on Vel'Koz to 1v9 a whole team. Problem is
One
surviving,
mistake.
so you gotta do it from like a special unique
And
angle.
you
We haven't really
fuck it
seen
up.
many like objective fights.
The
The Vel'Koz is really good, like contesting Dragon, contesting Baron from like weird angles, but
Yes.
we haven't really seen any of that this game so far.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where he excels at.
I don't know how
The
much
team
longer this game
fights.
is. We have 40 kills at 17 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not me, I swear. It's not me. It's that Beyond the Void guy. Fuck that guy.
Beyond the Void.
I got high elo with like 90% win rate.
Who's Beyond the Void?
He's the best Vel'Koz player in the
Q
world.
lands, ultimate.
But wait, well, fun context if you don't know. Beyond the Void guy, that's also me. People were talking about those graphs, League of Graphs, and how like, oh, Azzapp is not the best Vel'Koz player, you know, that they're like, there's this guy like in Turkish Diamond that is better than him, right? So I made a new account and I rushed to like high elo, I think master with like 80-90% of it or some shit, and we got like obviously #1 on every single League of Graphs thing. Just I wanted to prove that the algorithms are just fucking bullshit. So that guy's now officially the best Vel'Koz.
That's so big. That range is so long, bro.
Alright, that's 4 stacks right there.
Yeah. This guy did another 4 stacks. Flashes. Oh no. Has to be exhausted. Has to exhaust Zeri.
What happened? What happened to her? She must see, what happened to her, chat?
One throw and it's over.
Oh no.
One turn.
they're fine.
At
They're
this
running
point, we
at
need
speed.
2 throws, at least.
I wouldn't be surprised if an FF came through.
I think they FF, do they? I don't think this game goes
Right,
long.
Ultimate's 18.
Yeah,
kills
18 at 18. This
minutes.
is when it ends. Yeah.
We're stacking.
Ultimate's actually kind of long cooldown on Vel'Koz. I think, I mean, it'd probably be broken, let's be
18
honest.
kills,
What is
18
it?
minutes.
What is that, Silas?
Woo, that's a Vel'Koz
This is a
game
Zap
right there. Supporting
challenger in
by
Korea
the
playing
way.
Vel'Koz sub. It looks broken. I mean, he got 20 kills this game. Let's be
Yeah,
honest. It's a bit of a
it's
crazy game. But thank you for
broken.
watching.
Chat, try
I thought I'd do a
Vel'Koz.
video
It's
on the because I
broken.
did doubt him,
That's-
and he has gone ahead and
This
proved me
has to
wrong.
be
So
the
well done
best
to him.
Vel'Koz game ever
That's
played.
great, man. Like,
I'm not
I want to
dude.
see how much damage he did. I'm
I'm
gonna guess.
kind of glad he
I'm gonna
doubted
guess he
me.
did over 1,000 a minute.
There's no
I'm gonna guess he did
I think we're gonna
20,000.
break after this one 'cause people are gonna-
I'm kind of glad he doubted me.
17,000. Close. You can see challenger. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And well done to Azzapp.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad he doubted me because it led to this video. He's only good with Vel'Koz because he's one trick. Vel'Koz long range, same poke, true damage. It's too easy to climb with that champ. You what? Yeah, that's like that's why there's like 2 Vel'Koz challengers in the world. Me and me on another server. I remember when I asked him play something else. He picked Oriana Ven 07. What? I don't remember when that was. I mean, yeah, I could go 07. It's entirely possible. He would never re-challenge if we played the mixed champs. Oh my god. Okay, I'm a Rui4452. I love when people do this. Every single one of these players, just give me something that is beneficial, because I have to still make content and do stuff. Give me a fucking offer. Re-challenger without playing Vel'Koz. Give me like, I don't know, like 5K or some shit. I'll fucking do it within like a month and a half. I love that there's always somebody like who thinks it's easy to climb with Vel'Koz. Ironic thing is like Vel'Koz is the last champion you want to say that about, because as I explained during watching that video, Vel'Koz is a champion that correlates directly with your game knowledge. Okay, you offer me $5,000 for me to get challenger without Vel'Koz. I literally just pick Xerath on my next account, go from fresh to challenger, and I get challenger on Xerath. That's it, because Xerath is just one notch easier, same champion. It's literally the same exact champion, just easier version. Okay, I can't play Xerath. Okay, Xerath doesn't work. I just go one notch easier and I spam Lux. I play Ziggs. I play Syndra. They're essentially all same characters. So am I now a 1 trick or a 5 trick? Or do I just understand the game? Like, which of those is it?